Capricorn, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late March, moving into early April 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Capricorn collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the beautiful Cappies in late March, early April? We are in Aries season, a lovely time of year. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Capricorn. Late March, early April. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this card. There we go. Nice and quick. We'll take it. So this is an intriguing image to me because you might not see it, but there's angel wings that this person has. So there is an angelic vibe to it. There's a lot of layers of attention and focus and creation. So there's several messages contained within this card. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as you can see right here, we have this angelic figure watching over the baby there, Vitruvian man on the head. That does imply some sort of intelligent design. So first and foremost, we could speak about the spiritual protection aspect of this card, which is great. So whether it's guides, spirit teams, angels watching over you, there's a nice layer of energetic and spiritual insulation here. It's that beautiful light energy. So I always feel like that's very reassuring. Now, the fact that this angel is like dedicated, locked, and focused on this creation could tell us that for a lot of Capricorns right now, what you're feeding a lot of your mental energy and focus into could be forming and shaping your future, aka manifestation. So just know in this time you might be able to bring a lot of things forth depending on where you focus your perspective. So that's nice. Now, when I see this, I also think of King of Wands energy, which again, that could represent either something that you need to focus on a little more, something maybe you're not focusing on, because this is like tunnel vision type of energy here. So again, nothing wrong with that, especially if you're dealing with certain things that take up a lot of your attention. But I love the creation aspect. I love the protectiveness. There's a lot of really great stuff here. So we're just going to let him chill out. He can keep doing his job. Great for manifesting, but let's see what tarot has. And yeah, I always say that first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the Cappies. What do we got? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So it was titled A Serious Situation. Now, when I throw that title onto something, it usually says 2 things. Either there's a situation that needs your serious attention, kind of like what we got going here, or maybe you're just going through something that's like pretty important or serious, literally. Like, it's very simple, straightforward. So depending on what it is, for some of you that might be good, seriously good. For some of you, just keep your head on a swivel, especially over the next couple weeks, because that energy could bleed over. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for Cappy. What do we got for our good friends? There we go. First card out, 2 swords. Okay, this is one of my mystery cards, and it's interesting that it shows up in the very first position. I don't dislike it, but there are a lot of questions that come up with this card. There's a lot of searching, looking for information. That's a big thing with the 2 of swords. Okay, let's get a couple more. Queen of Cups, cool. I mean, that's an energy that works well with you. It's a softer, tender type of energy. So somebody could be presenting a more tender energy than they normally do. Let's go one more. One more, and we'll start breaking it down. What do we got for Cappy, please? Thank you. Okay, 6 of Cups, a lot of water. Now, since you are an earth sign, water actually works very well with Capricorn energy. But the one big thing I'm noticing is that all of this energy is focused internally. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I always like to look at the elements because that frames the reading and shows us what's happening or how it's flowing. And as mentioned, it's all internal energy, right? We have a lot of water right here on the back end, and we have air. Now, the combination, yes, it's focused inward, but when it comes to water in particular, the good thing about it, it's the element or the suit of partnerships, emotion in general. So things, people, situations that we're emotionally invested in. That tenderness I was already talking about, that could be a big theme, especially with these two cards in particular. But water is great for creativity, just going with the flow, letting something do what it needs to do. So it's great for that. It's very imaginative and thinking outside the box. So for some Capricorns, maybe Spirit wants you to approach something with a creative lens. The downside to water is that sometimes it can be very overwhelming, right? Like too much of this water, too much of this emotion, it could completely cover us and overwhelm us. And it's also very much up and down. That's the thing with water energy. It's in, it's out, it's up and down. Now, here on the front, we have the air. That's a little more cerebral. So we have the heart and mind. The swords represent the logical, pragmatic aspect of thought. It's great for information, whether it's giving, receiving, searching. That's a big thing with air energy. Where someone's mindset is. That's another thing with this combination, like how someone's feelings are affecting their thoughts. Communication is a big thing with the swords as well, but the only downside to swords, they could be very detached and cold. So you see, we have this little up and down in the energy. But let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we're starting with the Two of Swords. And we see this individual there, two swords crossed, they're blindfolded and hoodwinked. There are a lot of little symbols that deal with confusion or the unknown. It's nighttime. We got the moon right there as well. So, in its most classical sense, the Two of Swords, that's what it represents: indecision, confusion, what now type of energy. But to me, I just see it as like a blanket statement, unknown, right? Like as human beings, there's always going to be certain things that are out of our view or out of our perception, not on our radar. And that's what this could be. Now, mystery is not always a bad thing, right? Sometimes mystery could be a great thing. Uh, it just depends on what comes up and clarifies it, because the downside of this, it could be very secretive and it could be an energy that's obscuring things purposefully. So we want to really keep a very close eye on this Two of Swords in particular. Watch out for confused feelings where it's like very up and down, where it's like I feel two ways about this, because this Two of Swords with our next card over, it's like I don't even know how to explain how I'm feeling right now. It's someone that has a lot of confusion internally. Now, in the center, we have the beautiful Queen of Cups. I love her. Big water sign energy. Remember, it's not gender specific. So it could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And I always say with all queens, they represent the internal aspect of the suit. We went into some depth about what water represents. So the Queen of Cups in particular is a double down of that emotional energy. Now that can be great. Once again, this is like a shoulder to lean on. It's very creative. It represents a full spectrum of love. Like it's fully formed. So this could represent a person or a situation where it's like I am fully invested in this, or I was, depending on what's happening. So I love the Queen of Cups, or that very nurturing and caring. But the downside to her, she could sometimes suppress. This is an energy, especially next to the Two of Swords, where it's like I can't let them know what I'm thinking. I can't let them know what I'm feeling. I need to just ignore it, and push it down, down, down. So watch out for emotional suppression, because sometimes when she shows up, it represents the emotional explosion type of aspect, where it's like I push something down for so long, eventually it comes back up. But the good thing, like she's very soft and very tender. So just knowing this time, like maybe you have a softer side to you, or if someone you're dealing with, they're a little more tender than they usually are. Nothing wrong with that. Now, on the back end, we have another tender card. I don't know why I keep using that term, but it's coming to me strong. We have the Six of Cups. Beautiful. Now, this is more tied to like soul ties, soul connections, soul bonds. We see the two kids sharing the cup with each other. Aside from this potentially representing someone you're connected to, if you're not watching this for relationships and stuff like that, the Six of Cups is just the past. It's history. So you might be doing a lot of reflecting, a lot of trips down memory lane. It's like I'm looking behind me. So this card does heavily tie into the past and history. It could sometimes represent a reuniting or a returning, depends on what clarifies it. But yeah, the Six of Cups could show up when certain cycles repeat or certain things pop back up. So don't be surprised if those archetypes start showing up for some of you. The downside to the Six of Cups, just like we have good memories, this could be rough memories. And it's that type of energy where you're laying in bed at night and you think about something that happened like 10 years ago. The Six of Cups can be that. But I want to dive deeper on all this, Capricorn. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for the Cappies, please? What do we got? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Two of Swords. What's this hidden aspect about? Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Capricorn, could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is that Two of Swords here? Why is that Two of Swords here, please? Okay. Twos, two, two, two. Yeah, watch out for the sign synchronicities, omens. I'm getting the heavy, heavy repeating two, obviously, with the Two of Swords clarified by the Two of Cups. And then, like, even though this is the six, we got the two figures there. So, again, like, Spirit could be trying to send a lot of Capricorns different signs, twos. Now, when it comes to all twos, they represent partnerships, decisions, choices, being at a crossroads. So this to me might actually be very good, the double twos on the front, because it's like I'm making the right choice. I'm making the right decision. Even if you're cross watching for a Capricorn, where it's like, I'm not sure how this is going to go, but I have faith that it's going to go my way. So for some of you, that could be the advice from Spirit, like stay optimistic, try to see the silver lining, because it's like if I assume it's going to go well, it will. That's very, very specific. So some of you might just need to hear that. Now, the Two of Cups in the upright, very similar to the soul bond, soul connections we have going here. If you're not watching this for relationships, Two of Swords with the Two of Cups, it could be focused on somebody you're connected to where they might be acting a little different. So just like keep your eyes on that. Like there could be someone where it's like, oh, they're acting a little different, acting a little funny. They don't usually respond like this. So you might be noticing very different patterns with certain people that are close to you in this time, and especially with the double twos and all this number sign omen type of energy we're already starting to pick up. Just keep a very close eye on it. But we're going to keep moving. Again, for some of you this could be good, but there is also that energy where it's like they're acting different, they're acting a little funny. So let's go in on the Queen of Cups. See what she has. So again, tons of water here, right? Like I only pull a 6-card spread. 3 of the cards are already water element. So like very, very emotional. Let's go in on the Queen. Let's go in on the Queen. Why is she here? Okay, cool. Observing, watching. Okay. And again, for some of you, it might be advice, but for others of you, this could be somebody else. Uh, the Page of Swords is the Watcher of the tarot deck. It is very defensive, so watch out for anybody that's like a little more guarded, a little more standoffish, very quiet. So watch out for the miscommunications or just someone kind of dropping off in that kind of way. I know that's very specific, but like when I see the Queen of Cups with the Page of Swords, it's like, yeah, no, I'm keeping this locked in. Don't feel comfortable talking about that. Don't feel comfortable talking about this. That's one message. Where it's like I feel like they're not giving me the full story. So there could be, again, it doesn't have to be like a relationship. It could be like a coworker, just someone you see regularly, where it's like I feel like there's more there. I feel like there's a missing piece of information. Now, the Page of Swords is the Watcher of the tarot deck. Analyzes. It's very a little defensive, right? So like aside from the communication conversation in the center, feeling like someone's holding back, a big thing here is the observing. So again, maybe Spirit is saying like, hey, Capricorn, you don't have to do anything just yet, but keep a very close eye on this. Keep analyzing it. Or maybe someone's got you under the microscope. Very possible. They're like, is this watching happening? And remember what we had in the very beginning too with this card. This guy like focused, deadlock focused on that baby there. So with all the twos, and now we got the Watcher showing up, and we had that card in the beginning, there is this observing that either needs to happen or is happening. We're going to keep moving. We're going to see what's up with the Six of Cups. So, and I kind of got something similar like that last week, I believe, with the serious situation, because I was like, hey, there's a situation that you just need to keep a close eye on, keep tabs on this. Someone's keeping tabs of something. Let's go in on the Six of Cups. And that's not always nefarious. I'm not saying that to get anyone anxious, right? Like, keeping tabs is not a nefarious thing, right? Unless there's intent behind it. But we're not even going to go down that road. Let's see what's up with the six. Why is the Six of Cups here? Thank you. Okay. So there is this energy around communication where it's like, I need to wait for the perfect time to say it, or I'm waiting for the perfect time to do it. Now, again, that doesn't necessarily have to be you. You already know the deal. But Ace of Wands in reverse underneath the Six of Cups is like, I don't want to upset this person. I don't want to cause waves. I need to wait for the perfect time to speak about this, to have this discussion. There is this strong strategic energy I'm getting here right on the back. Now, again, there is this energy that points behind, like it points into the past. So, in this time, watch out for the cycles popping back up, things returning. That's very possible. I've been seeing that for a few signs, particularly the past couple of weeks. And you have it here. There is this energy that seems to loop back around. But yeah, with the Six of Cups, Ace of Wands in reverse, it's like, I'm just going to wait for the perfect time. You know, when there is someone where you know there's a topic that you need to discuss and you feel like you're walking on eggshells, and it's like you don't want things to get all wild and crazy, so you try to pick your spot. It feels like that here. So there's like this planning and strategy around communication and when to address something. So again, as far as advice goes, this could be spirit saying like, all right, Capricorn, just pick your spots here, or just hold off for now, or somebody is, right? Like there is this energy that's like withholding, and then perfect timing it comes in. So let's go through and do a quick little recap, then we'll get into the shadow. So a lot of intriguing stuff here this week for you, Capricorn. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we got the double twos showing up here. So watch for the sign synchronicities from spirit. Two of Swords with the Two of Cups. To me, I was getting that little vibe where maybe there was a choice or a decision that spirit is saying, hey, that was the right one. Or there was this assuming that, you know what, I don't know how this is going to happen, but I have faith that it's going to work out for me. So I love the positivity there. But then I also got this vibe of somebody you're connected to maybe acting a little different, or like you're noticing small little differences in behavior. Moving to the center, we have the Queen of Cups with the Page of Swords. And see how it's like, I'm keeping this in. I don't want to bring this up. I don't want to talk about it. But another vibe here is the observation. So again, there could be a person or a situation spirit wants you to keep your eye on or keep tabs on it, or someone's keeping tabs on you, right? Moving to the back end, we have the Six of Cups with the Ace of Wands in reverse. It's kind of like walking on eggshells. Like I don't want to inflame something. I don't want to cause a whole thing. So it's like I need to discuss this, or I want to address this topic, but I'm waiting on the perfect time. So there's like strategy around communication and when to do it. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge, they could be a good thing. So let's get you on. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got? What do we got for Capricorn? Thank you. Cool. Six of Wands, that is a card of victory and notoriety. Now, it is kind of the opposite of the energy in the main part of the spread this week, where like we had a lot of reserved type of energy. The Six of Wands is not that. Now, in the positive, this is a card of like victory and triumph and things going your way, kudos and recognition, getting a pat on the back, job well done type of energy. And I love it for attention. So when we see this energy that like there's observing and watching, and I see the Six of Wands, it's like, oh yeah, you might be an observation magnet in this time. Now the downside of the Six of Wands, yes, it can be a little egotistical. We got to keep that in mind. So if you're dealing with someone that has a bit of an inflated ego, just watch out for that. It might rub you the wrong way a little extra in this time. But yeah, usually the Six of Wands is like bright and vibrant. So it's total opposite of what we saw within the reading itself. This could be spirit just going back to that first message saying like, yeah, just assume the best or try to focus on that silver lining. But yeah, just there's also the don't count your chickens before they hatch type of aspect as well. Like it's not over till it's over type of vibe. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into that, Capricorn. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight into your situation and you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The March calendar is live and spots go quick, so you could go check that out. But for the March subscriber surprise, we're doing another winner's choice. I will choose 3 subscribers to win either a copy of the Everyday Witches Tarot, beautiful deck, or a handmade crystal pendant, which I showcase at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what zodiac signs do you get along best with? Which ones are your favorite? You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.